Have you ever wanted to make a video, but then you just don't have anyone to help you out and actually shoot you? What I want to do in this video is go through a few different methods on how to film yourself, the gear that you need, and some techniques to give your audience that feeling that there is someone else there actually shooting your video. The first one is gear. So when it comes to your gear, it's actually relatively easy what you need to be able to film yourself. The key thing is a camera. You can use basically any camera that you have, and a tripod. And the tripod is important. You don't want like a little tabletop tripod. You want a tripod that can get you different angles and different perspectives. So just think one that goes like 5-6 feet. Another tool that I use is a drone. And drones are great because you can put them up in the sky and get cool looking shots of yourself with this completely different perspective. And if you want to incorporate some moving shots into your video, well, you can get a slider or you can get a gimbal and lock your gimbal off on a tripod and program it to do different movements. You can get super fancy with this, but honestly, the majority of the shots that I get are on a tripod with my camera. That becomes the easiest and the fastest way to grab shots of yourself. Sometimes you'll want to bring out some fancy piece of gear, but honestly, just a camera on a tripod, that's really all you need. Number 2 is planning and blocking. You want to think through how you're going to be interacting with the scene, and are you going to be entering frame? Are you going to be exiting frame? Are you going to be going to, the cliff over there? Are you going to be walking past camera? You want to think through what is the movement that you're going to be doing, and you also want to block it out. So you might set your camera down and actually try the movement, play it back, look at it, reframe it a little bit and do it again. There's no right or wrong way to do it, and you don't always nail every shot the first time. Number 3 is that you want to lock your focus on manual. So a lot of times when you shoot with autofocus, it might fluctuate and bounce between different aspects. If you're filming yourself and you've blocked it out, you know where you want to be in focus. And I would say just lock off your focus at that point. Whenever I'm filming myself and I just leave it in auto, it doesn't necessarily always get the shot. And that's why I say you want to review your shot, because you want to see if the focus was bouncing around. It's going to look much better if your focus is held on one point. Now, there's definitely situations where autofocus will work great, and that's where you're moving closer or further away from the camera. So if you're like walking right up onto the camera, then you'll probably want to use autofocus because you want to be able to capture that focus moving in and out. Whereas if you're moving across the frame or you're entering and stopping at one point, it might be better to lock off the focus on manual. Or if you have things in your frame, you'll definitely want to lock off your autofocus so that it's not bouncing between something in the foreground and something in the distance. Number 4 is framing and composition. So you don't always want to just do the same shot over and over and over. You want to think through a variety of shots, shot sizes, perspectives, get a super wide shot, super close up. You want to dirty the frame, which basically means putting objects in the frame that fill it. So things that could be out of focus in the foreground or like in the background, something that's in the distance. You just want to think through variety. What are the shots that you need to tell your story or move the video along? And then what are some creative ways that you can shoot that? And this is why I say you want to get a tripod that's not just a small little tabletop tripod, because sometimes you'll want to get a shot that's at 5 feet, whereas sometimes you'll want to get it at 1 foot. And just depending on the situation and where you're shooting, it's going to be more beneficial to be able to move that camera up and down and all over so that you're not always getting the same perspective and the same angle. Number 5 is shot sequencing. So you want to think through what is a sequence from A to B. Think of like 4 or 5 different shots that you can put in sequence. And with shot sequencing, you also want to think through continuity. So if you're moving from shot A to shot B, but then your hat changes from forward to back, or like you change your clothes, or your headlights are on and then they're off, that's going to be jarring for the viewer. So you want to make sure that every shot is continuous. It's one shot to the next. So when you make a sequence, think of it like you're making a movie. You don't want things to be changing for each shot, and you want to move from a wide angle to a medium to a close-up. You want to change the shots and perspectives throughout a sequence and vary it up. The more that you can vary up your shots and bring different elements into each scene, the more it will feel produced and more cinematic or like a movie, because there's actually a progression and there's different styles of shots. So it just feels more thought out. Now, number 6 is avoid the wide lens, always close up. When you're vlogging, if you just have a wide lens, like a 16-35, and you're always just throwing it on 16 and putting it on the ground and getting like a wide shot, all your footage is gonna look the same. I've found that when you actually think through your shots and you use like a longer lens, like a 50 or like an 85 or like a 135, and you use these long focal lengths to grab these shots of yourself doing whatever it is in your video, it's really gonna make the footage stand out, because seeing something shot at 135, but then it is like a full body shot of you walking through the frame, is gonna look so much different than just your 16mm sitting on a bench right there and having you just walk by the wide lens. So this is why I say get a variety in terms of your perspectives and your sizes, but also change your focal lengths and give your audience something else than just the same style of shot over and over. Number 7 is add movement in post. So when you're filming yourself, it's just gonna be a camera on a tripod and all of the shots will be static. But if you add just a slow push in, a slow pull out, or like a dolly left to right, you can give your footage movement. And this is a technique that I use all the time. Whenever I'm filming myself, I'll add just a slight 5% push in or pull out, gives that extra layer of movement. If you're using a drone, you can actually add some movement into your footage as well. Just depends on what you're doing. So you don't want to do things that are illegal, but at the same time, you can fly and grab some cool shots. One of the things that I like to do is put the drone up and get like a tripod shot, so you can put it up in the sky, get a cool perspective, and then have your movement happen throughout it. Now again, you could add some post zooming into your drone shots. If they are just like a tripod in the sky, same thing applies. It will look like a moving camera. Now number 8 has to do with sequencing again, but you want to shoot things that are not necessarily just you. So if you're looking out over a landscape, well, then shoot the landscape. So you want to shoot shots that are going to be intercut with the footage of you interacting with the scene that show more of a perspective. And the more that you can paint this picture of what's going on in your story and show these different shots, the more dynamic it's going to feel. One big tip is don't just get one shot and move on. But I've always noticed when I'm able to get a few extra shots, I end up using all of them in the edit. One thing you have to remember is when you set a camera down on a tripod, and you walk a distance, especially if you're using a long lens, you're gonna have to go pretty far out to get a nice wide shot. You're gonna have to double back and get that camera and the tripod. So make sure it's safe, from the elements, but also make sure it's safe that someone's not gonna come by and just snag it. I'm not gonna put my camera down somewhere public where people are walking by and then walk off into the sunset. I'm definitely gonna take note of what's in my surroundings before I actually do some of these shots. So just something to keep in mind. People will steal gear, your camera will fall, things will happen. When you're not near your camera, think that things could go wrong, so just make sure it's secure, just so you don't lose it or damage it in any way. If you have any questions about filming yourself when you're solo, let me know down in the comments. And next, I highly suggest you check out this playlist right here. It goes through some other filming techniques that's really gonna help you craft better videos. All right, I'll see you on the next one.